Welcome back to the Bell Astrology Podcast. I'm your host and astrologer, Ashley, and I want to start off this episode by just saying how happy I am to be here. I took some time away from this podcast, as you've probably noticed. I really was focused on not missing any podcast episode last year. I had my schedule. I knew what episodes I wanted to do, and I did it. I did it. I did 2 to 3 podcasts every single month. And when we hit January, it was a big shift. I needed some space. More than I even realized, more than I was even willing to give. And space to process, space to release, to really hold, and honestly confront some parts of myself that I could not bypass anymore. And I think that really this Pisces season has been so very much, this last Pisces season we went in, there's been so much emotion and so much feeling. And for myself, and I've talked to so many people, I just had a sound bath last night for the Pisces new moon. And so many of you are so ready for what we're going to talk about today. But it has been a very long and heavy journey, very emotional. And I'm right there with you. Even as an astrologer, when I know what's happening, as someone who is deeply connected to self and to my highest self, I am not immune to the current events, the current state of consciousness. And if you have been feeling that too, just know that you're not alone. I think because we just moved through Pisces season, that heaviness, that emotion, not bad. I want to say it's not bad. It's not bad at all because it makes us stronger and it's intentional. We're supposed to go inward. We're supposed to feel. We're supposed to confront the parts of ourselves that are no longer coming with us. And I think this happened last Pisces season too. I think that go forward, I may just take Pisces season off. I saw a few fellow astrologers doing the same thing, and that may be something this next Pisces season that I do to truly surrender and truly utilize that time for what it's intended for. And it's not to say, I mean, yes, that sounds like a vacation, but it's not. There's work to be done. Sitting with ourselves, sitting with feeling and confronting the parts of ourselves, the shadows. We often romanticize that. We romanticize the surrendering, the pain, the suffering. I have noticed that, call it my Scorpio nature, I do romanticize those things. And I don't want to be that version of me anymore. The version of me that I am, that I truly am. I have to let go of a lot of those shadowy aspects of myself. And the first step in that is the awareness that it is there. That kind of work, it's not for the faint of heart. When you romanticize things like surrender and shadow work, it's totally different than when you're actually in it. When you're surrendering, when you're loosening control and you're rewiring your thoughts and your patterns, it's uncomfortable and it stretches you. And I've been doing all of that. And I've been watching my mind. I've been watching the narratives. How quickly my mind goes to worst case scenario, to lack, to recreating the past. And that awareness gives me so much power. And although this has been such a painful experience, it is choosing to acknowledge it, not to bypass it. Those are the parts of me. To be able to be someone who lives in light, the only way that light exists is because of the contrast of darkness. And so I guess I could say that I'm working on my range. I'm working on my range, but I get to choose and I get to shift that. And I've been doing so much mindset work and so much journaling, so much connecting with my highest self, connecting with my guides, and really starting to see more than I ever have before. And when I say see, it's not looking, if you know what I mean. It's truly seeing. And that is so much more of my true self that I've been maybe hiding. And I'm ready to share those parts of me. And anytime you do something new, anytime that you, I don't want to say change your identity, but evolve into your true identity, you are met with resistance. Your old life will claw at you, kicking and screaming to hold on to that old life. And you get to choose because you see the truth for what it is. And there's so much work that I have been doing around my mindset, watching my thoughts, because I know that I'm a creator. I know that I am the creator of my reality. And I know this is not what you expected from an astrology episode, but I have to share these parts of me. I have to share with you what I'm experiencing in this evolution that I'm experiencing. And as I transition into even more of my authentic self, the parts of me that I'm willing to bear and share, I will be sharing more of this type of content on this platform. I don't know exactly how this evolves, but I know this is a true reflection of me. And of course, this is all about astrology. It is me. But things will be a little different, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm happy to connect with you in this way. And I feel like this is just the perfect time to launch into Aries season with this mindset, to really do it right and to not be afraid. And we're here. We made it. We made it to the new year. We made it to Aries season. It is official, starting March 20th and going through April 19th. We are in the sign of the Ram. This is a new year. Oh my gosh, we made it. We just have, as I sip my coffee here, we moved through so much, but now we're at the starting line. And I know you can feel it. There is a shift, there is a spark, there is a readiness. I love Aries season. I say this on every Aries season episode. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. This is initiation, this is movement, and this is fire. Because Aries is the sign that's ruled by Mars. And Mars is the planet of action, of passion, of instinct. And this is the energy that says go. We all get to start fresh. I know it in my soul that there is such a shift happening right now, that this last year was so hard because it was showing us our range. And we can't get to where we're going if we don't confront all of those parts of ourselves and the parts of ourselves that are not coming with us. And so now that the sun has entered Aries, we're at the spring equinox. We don't have to overthink this. It's not complicated. Aries, this is going to sound wrong, it's not about thinking. It's about doing. It's about movement. And not overthinking, not being perfect, not waiting anymore, not waiting until you feel ready. You'll never feel ready. That is a farce. It's not real. You have to just begin. That's where confidence comes from. That's where bravery comes from. And that's why we have Aries, to build this fire inside of us so that we have that courage and that bravery to start the thing, to make the phone call, to end the relationship, to do the scary thing, especially do the scary thing. That's what this is about. If it scares the hell out of you, then yes, you should absolutely be doing that. Do something every day during this Aries season. I challenge you. Aries loves a challenge. I challenge you to do something scary every single day and watch how fast your life changes. There's no more waiting. You are not in a cage. Aries says you are not in a cage. I am the warrior. I am breaking free. And you can't put me in a cage, because the cage is a cage of making of your own doing. And so leave all that behind. You get to leave all of that behind, and that's so liberating. And it's not complicated. It's not. We're not doing shadow work anymore. That's the hard work. That's the real. That's the internal work. But we did all that excavating, and we did all of that releasing and surrendering and resting and thinking and feeling, so that we could right size on the inside and begin to reflect that in our outer reality. And what is so exciting, what a time to be alive, is that this Aries season is unlike any Aries season that we've ever experienced. You can look back to last Aries season or the last ones and think about, okay, I remember this is how I was feeling, and this is how I typically operate, or the plans that I normally do during Aries season. Well, it's all changed now. The landscape for the next 30 years is changed, because Saturn and Neptune are now in Aries. This is an entire new landscape. This is an entire new era, a new world, if you will. And this changes everything, because Saturn, we will not experience Aries without Saturn until 2028. And we will not experience Aries season without Neptune until 2039. That is wild. If you are an Aries, this is really, really about you. This is really, really about you. And I want to talk about that today in this episode, because now I can say that firsthand because I have a Pisces moon, which means these two planets just did their thing in my sign of Pisces for what feels like forever. But I can't look back and not say that I'm not changed, that I'm not transformed, that I didn't dream and that I didn't build. And I'm forever changed because of that. And so all of my Aries listeners out there, this is truly an Aries season unlike any other, but this is truly a version of you unlike any other. Now, Aries on itself, in its own right, says move fast, act now, do the thing. Ignite now, ask for forgiveness later. We're going to figure everything out later. We're just going to do. Again, back to that. I'm not going to think about this. I'm just going to act on my impulse. With Saturn in Aries, this is so different. Saturn in Aries says be intentional. Follow through. Take responsibility. It's going to be a little tough for Aries. It's going to be a little restrictive, but it's strengthening. It's sharpening. And Neptune in Aries says that dream that you have in your heart, well, it's time to make that a reality. It's not enough just to imagine and set it on the shelf as a daydream. It's time to live it. It's time to experience it in this reality. It's all a dream, right? So make this dream your reality. And So it's so much not about reckless action. It's aligned action. And this is you becoming the version of you that you've been envisioning, not just thinking about her, but embodying her in this physical reality right now. And that's why truly I feel so connected with this energy, so connected with this message, because I have never felt so connected to that vision in my life. I've never felt so much clarity on what I want and where I'm going and what I'm building that it can't be true. It can't not be true. And the only thing that I need to focus on now, the only thinking that I need to do, because this is about acting, this is the time of acting, the only thinking that I need to do is thinking about how that version of me shows up and acts, habits, daily routines, message, thought process. What do I wear? Where do I go? How do I think? What do I say? And doing that. That is what this is about. And Aries teaches us something really simple, but so powerful, in that movement creates reality. Movement creates reality, and it's not the other way around. And all you need to do is take the first step. We always think that we have to have the plan. Our little bird brain, not our little bird brain, the part of our brain that is so loud and so obnoxious, and I have been confronting so much lately. That little bird brain part of our brain wants a plan, wants to predict everything based on what has been. And this is a time that says this is unlike a time that we've ever experienced. You have no knowledge here. You cannot use those old predictability models. The only thing that you can do is use your dream, use your vision, use your imagination, and make that a reality. And it's just like planting a seed. When you plant a seed in the garden, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing, to check if it's working. You trust it. You know this information and what I'm saying in your soul, in your being, because it all makes sense. You know it in a way that your logical mind will try to disprove, but there's a layer behind that when you step back and you really embody you. There's a different voice. And you know that what I'm saying is real, that this is a collaboration, that you are a creator, that you create the world around you. And all you have to do is become more intentional about that and trust. Trust in that collaboration, that co-creation with the universe. Your garden, now you just have to water it. You planted the intention in the seed, you tend to it and you let it grow. And that's what this season is asking all of us. And yes, this time of year can feel intense because you can feel overwhelmed because we have this fire energy. We have this energy to do something. We want to channel that energy and move it in some direction. It needs somewhere to go. And that's why I always tell, especially my Aries clients, that if you're an Aries or you have Aries placements, you were born with this intense energy. You are energy in motion. And you have this vessel, but that energy was never meant to stay internal. You need to channel that into something, into physically moving. And because if you don't, it builds and it comes out sideways. And that can show up as frustration and irritability and aggression and conflict and anger. Aries. But when you move it, when you move that energy, that creates momentum, confidence, and life force. That's your gift. And so this season, I want you to ask yourself, because I feel like it's just this kind of exciting kid-like energy right now. Excited about the future, excited because it is a new year, and excited to ask these questions of what do I really want? Because it feels like it's right there. It's time to take what was thought of as fantasy, what was thought of as an idea, and watch it come to life. But it's not passive. There's still action to be taken. And so what do you really want? What do you really want? Who are you becoming? And what action step can you take every day? Even if it scares you, especially if it scares you. Because fear is that indicator that it's the doorway, that you should do that. Am I giving bad advice? No, I'm not giving bad advice. The thing that scares you is the thing that you're probably avoiding and that you know is actually what you need to do. And so this courageous season says, just do it. Just do it. Be in motion. And like I said, this whole podcast, I've loved doing it. I've always enjoyed doing it and growing through and connecting with people in this way. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And what I have learned, though, stepping away from it from a minute, is the people that have reached out, that I have connected with recently, it's so needed. And I didn't even realize it. It's like that I had this dream in my heart to create this podcast and to connect with an audience in a big way. And then I started to self-doubt and I started to get tired. And what I've learned is that every message that I share, every conversation, every connection, it reminds me that this was put in my heart for a reason, that this is for me. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm just maybe going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to share differently. And that's okay. I want to be more in flow, less scripted, more authentic. I want to share more with you what's on my heart, what I'm experiencing. I'm not ready to share the total details of what I have in my life, and I maybe never will. I'm a Scorpio after all. I have secrets upon secrets upon secrets. But I want more truth here, and I want this to be a platform where I can share what I'm going through, because it's important to connect and for other people to know that what they may be experiencing, they're not alone. I know you're not alone. And so that being said, if you're feeling this energy, if you're ready to move, there is something that I've started the last few months, and I'd love to invite you to work directly with me if you are in the Nisswa, Brainerd Lakes area. I host a gathering at the beginning of every astrological season, and I call them women's circles. They're right here in Nisswa at Divine North. And the next one is next week. We, of course, will be talking about Aries season. It's going to be on March 26th. But it's so much more. I'm struggling with the name of calling it a women's circle. I feel like that may turn some people off, but the intention behind this is gathering together to prepare ourselves for this new season, the new energy. I love sharing my insight and talking with people who want to talk about their experiences and how they have been experiencing the season ahead. And I love to be able to outline, what's that landscape look like? What are the energetic signatures that you can expect to feel and see in the world around you, and so that you can better be prepared to use this as empowerment, connecting with the stars, connecting with yourself in a way that is a tool, it's a resource. But it's so much more than just talking about astrology, because we celebrate. We celebrate being together. We celebrate connecting with like-minded individuals who want a place to feel safe and to share their voice. We celebrate the season through a beautiful cacao ritual, and there's meditation, and I incorporate sound healing, and it's about real connection. A space that you can bring your heart to be seen, to make new relationships, and to step into this next chapter, this next season with intention. And so if you feel called, I would love to invite you to come. I'd love to have you there next week, March 26th, 5:30 Divine North. All you have to do is go to the Divine North website. We have all of our events listed there, all the sound baths, all of the learning opportunities, gathering opportunities are all on there. And so you just sign up. It's divinenorthreiki.com. And so come and experience a women's circle with me and share space, share ceremony, and let's, make the most of the season. Let's grow, let's evolve. And I think that's really important, because we are truly at a new beginning. It's a clean slate. And you are not who you were last year. Not in the least. What you have been through is valid. But this is a fresh start. And you don't need permission from anyone to become who you are meant to be. It's all up to you. And I'm here to support you in that. There are lots of souls here that are here to support you in that. I have this mantra, and I say this every day. All the right people are going to come, and all the wrong ones are going to leave every day. And it's so true. It's so true. And that fire that you have in your heart, it is there for a reason, and it's time to act on it. So, like I said, this year feels different. It feels big, so big. And I'm so grateful to walk through this with you. And if you are an Aries, of course, come see me. Come see me virtually or in person. Sign up for a reading with me. You get 15% off your reading during your birthday month. Use the code SOLARRETURN at checkout. My calendar is up to date. Let's talk about this Aries season. I am here for you, Aries. It's your time. It's your moment to shine in the sun. And I love our fiery conversations. I am so grateful to walk through this with all of you. And I'm so happy to be back. And thank you for sharing this space with me. From my heart to yours. Bye for now.